Hello, everyone. Science Viking here, and we're picking up right where we left off. It's been a lot of trouble lately. Oh, you mean about Vermesia? I heard they were attacked by an army of soldiers wearing pointy hats. I want to go fight on the front line. Instead, I'm rotting away in this stinking place. Really? I don't like wars. Why would someone start a war? That guy who passed through here with the huge bag, did he look suspicious to you? No, I don't think so. But weren't you the one who thought he was suspicious? You know me, I'm always like that. I'm telling you, people who eat pickles are nice people. I envy him. Gasol pickles are the only pickles I can't eat. You're really confusing, you know that? I know. Why do you think I ended up here? After that interlude, we're back to following Garnet and Steiner. The conductor said we'll be arriving at the summit station soon. Okay, Steiner, you're learning. Miss Dagger. She's sleeping. The princess believes what she heard about Queen Brani. Queen Brani would never start a war. It's all a misunderstanding. She will see that when she talks to the Queen. I need not concern myself with such matters. My only mission is to protect the princess. Summit Station! Summit Station! Thank you very much. Take care. You'll have to wait a while until the car to Alexandria arrives. How long will it be? It arrives when this car returns to Bowden Station, so... about as long as you just spent in the car. Why don't you go wait in the rest area up ahead? Okay. What's wrong, Steiner? Princess! Steiner, what did we tell you? It's Alexandria. We're finally home! Really? Steiner is surprisingly giddy at the prospect of being back in Alexandria. Though I suppose he's been trying to get back to Alexandria for basically the entire game up to this point, so I suppose it makes sense that he'd be excited that it's finally working. We're home! But I still can't see the castle. Princess, Alexandria may only mean the castle to you, but... Hey, are you making fun of me for being naive? No, I'm not. It's okay. Let's go. Steiner is clearly still struggling to stop calling her the princess. We don't have a new weapon for her. None of the new equipment would teach her any abilities she doesn't already have, though actually glass armor teaching her antibody would be good. And let's give her a cotton robe. Teaches her the chemist passive ability and shell. Chemist doubles the effect of any healing items that the equipped character uses, which can be pretty useful since she is kind of the medic, and I'll give her a glass buckle. As for Steiner, still learning minus strike, and he could use the barbut to learn alert. Alert prevents enemies from ambushing you, which can be very useful, but I want him to finish learning level up. Same thing with antibody before we move him up to better gloves. Steiner is really behind when it comes to learning abilities. And the Germinos boots also teach alert, as well as HP plus 10%. Let's equip some passive abilities quick a moment. Chemist, antibody, and that's about the size of it. And for Steiner, HP plus 10%, absolutely. Antibody. I don't think we're going to run into anybody that uses blindness, so let's drop Bright Eyes and Bird Killer to free up enough for cover. Having him have the ability to jump in front of Dagger when she's about to take damage could be very useful since he has higher defense and a lot more HP than her. And if we go through here... this must be the rest area. Let us gather information while we wait for the car to Alexandria. And he said it takes the same amount of time for the car to get to, for the next car to arrive as it took for the previous car to travel all the distance that we've traveled so far. So if the past is any indication, that car should take a boss fight and one whole area, about the time it took us to go through Burmecia. So I'd say the car will arrive in about 40 minutes, give or take. Looks like we're going to be waiting a while. I am mapping out a plan for the rest of our journey. That's nice, Steiner, but I was actually trying to talk to the Moogle. Oh, okay, this is weird. Okay, now we got it. And Nazna, we have a letter for her. A letter from Grimo? Kupo, thanks for the delivery. From Grimo to Nazna. I feel so sad whenever I see Mary, that part-time worker. Have you ever fallen in love? I've never fallen in love before, Kupo. If watching someone else in love is so difficult, I wonder how difficult it is to actually fall in love myself. I'm never gonna fall in love. It's just not worth it. I'll give you this in exchange for delivery. And we receive a Kupo nut. And Nazna has a favor to ask. She wants us to deliver a letter to Mokwa. I think that's how you pronounce that. And actually, I'm going to quick get us a save recording file. I'm going to quick get us a fresh recording file. I will be back in a second. Alright, I've gotten us a save recording file. Now we can continue with the Let's Play. Get your supplies together before you cross the border. If you insist. And 2 new pieces of equipment for Dagger. Air Racket and the Mithril Rod. We have 0 glass armlets in our inventory. Let's change, because the others are all equipped to people in Zidane's party. Let's change that number from 0 to 1. We're good for gloves, steepled hat, headgear, magus hat, rubber helm, iron helm, barbet, bronze vest, linen cuirass. Yep, we're good for everything else, but the 2 new weapons for Dagger are nice. Which, since she's learned all the abilities that she can learn from her current weapon, she can learn either Scan, which reveals a whole bunch of information about a single enemy, including their elemental weakness, or Life, Silence, and Shell. I want her to learn Life, Silence, and Shell. Life allows you to revive a character, much like a Phoenix Down does, without using up an item. Except, well, a Phoenix Down will revive a character with a single-digit number of hit points. Life will revive a character with in the low hundreds range for hit points. So it's actually a much better way of reviving a character. Silence inflicts a silence status effect, which we've already seen, which would prevent an enemy from using magic, and Shell grants a single character increased resistance to magic, though Life is the ability I'm really interested in. The car to Alexandria will be arriving shortly. And that sound was the car to Alexandria arriving. No, I'm wrong. That sound was the car to Lindblum departing. I missed my ride! That voice sounds familiar. Now let's go through here. That's... I missed my ride. What am I gonna do now? How the heck should I know? You were the one who wanted to watch the scenery while eating Southgate Bunt Cake. I'm gonna be late returning to Lindblum. There's nothing we can do. I won't tell the boss. Thanks, buddy. Let's eat another Bunt Cake. Cinna has learned nothing. No, I mean, Bunt Cake is really awesome, but even so, Cinna, you really need to do your job. Scoundrels! Steiner is clearly over here having a conniption. Are you here to kidnap the princess again? Steiner, what did we tell you? Who's the big tin man? What? How dare you? He's the captain of the Knights of Pluto. Oh yeah, you're one bad actor. Have you no respect? I think we need to cool him down before he explodes. Princess, you shouldn't waste your breath on criminals. And he just keeps repeating himself. Oh, how's Cinna been? You must be Cinna. What are you doing here? Hey, check it out. It's the princess. Princess? What are you doing here? When we escaped from Evil Forest... Princess, you shouldn't waste your breath on criminals. Steiner? What did we tell you? Princess! Steiner, that's enough. What? Can't I even talk to my friends? Friends? But they're Adalbert Steiner. Yes, ma'am. He's been scolded. How embarrassing. The cable car to Alexandria has arrived. That wasn't 40 minutes. What's going on? It's here. But you're going to Lindblom. I know that, but you're going to Alexandria. Yeah, I'm heading to Treno. I'll see you off. Marcus is going to Treno too? Let's go, Steiner. Steiner, are you mad at me? No, ma'am. I'm coming along. Good luck. Yeah, I'll save our bro. Bro? Now we head into the cable car. Now departing. And we're on our way. Why are you going to Treno, Marcus? To save our brother. Who? There's only one man I call bro. That's Blank. We've been gathering info to cure his petrification. We finally learned about an item called Super Soft that cures all forms of petrification. What about Cinna? Cinna's going to the Tantalus hideout in Lindblom to tell the others. I see. It's my turn for questions. Yes? Where's Zidane? We separated in Lindblom. Got rid of him as soon as he got you to Lindblom, huh? How could you say that? It's only because Zidane kept treating me like a child. I don't care about him. Fine. Then I don't know anything. Let's talk to Steiner. I shall not meddle in your affairs. Well, he's giving us the cold shoulder. As much as Steiner can, anyway. Say, Marcus, is there any way I can help? Help with what? Well, I was partially responsible for what happened, so... No thanks, we'll be fine on our own. But wouldn't it be better if... What was that? It might be engine trouble. Please remain in your seats while I check. Ah! It's a demon! A demon with a pointy hat! A pointy hat? Well, we know what this means. What's wrong? And Marcus decides to join us. What's going on? Apparently Black Waltz number 3 survived being blown up and then falling from a height of at least a few hundred feet above the ground. He's one tough motherfucker. Mission, retrieve Princess alive. Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship? Monster, I'll finish you off this time. Wait, Steiner. Tell me something. Why do you want to capture me? Princess, it's too dangerous. Please stand back. Mission, retrieve Princess alive. It's no use. It doesn't understand. But... eliminate all. And we're fighting Black Waltz number 3. Again. like with most bosses, it would be a good idea to steal from him. And while we don't have Zidane, we do have Marcus, and he can do that. Let's just quick use Cure on Steiner. Since I increased his maximum HP by 10% and he hasn't rested since then, he started this fight below full health. That does a surprisingly large amount of damage. Got a steeple hat, not terribly impressive. I don't know that he has anything really all that special to steal from him, but it's always worthwhile to at least give it a shot. Of course, Marcus lacks the bandit ability that Zidane has to increase his steal success rate. And that's a new status effect. Marcus is frozen. Frozen characters cannot do anything, and any physical attack directed at them will instantly kill them, because they're shattered. The effect does wear off after a certain amount of time, and being hit by any fire attack will immediately cure freezing. Dagger hold back so that she can heal people as needed. Her physical attack does almost no damage. Still isn't targeting Marcus with its hit ability to finish him off, and there the freeze effect has worn off. It's not a terribly dangerous status effect, but it can cause problems for you. If this boss were smart, like I said, he would follow up freeze with his regular physical attack so that he can shatter something. That would potentially be dangerous, since we don't have the ability to cure freeze. If a character is frozen, they'll stay that way until the effect wears off. If we had Vivi in our party, he could just cast fire on someone to break them out of being frozen. It would damage them, but not all that much. Okay, this guy is not particularly dangerous. You'll also notice that he's not targeting Dagger, ever. Ooh, and we got an item we already have in the form of the Lightning Staff. I suppose if you missed the one in Burmecia, you can get one here. And there's actually a third Lightning Staff that you can also find as a treasure before you get the ability to buy it. They really want to make sure that you don't miss out on it. And I didn't realize Steiner was that close to leveling up. But we get 5 ability points, which isn't actually enough for anyone to gain any new abilities, and a decent amount of money. Why? Why? What did he want with me? Princess. Burmecia was attacked by an army of Black Mage soldiers. I know. Those mages wiped out the people of Burmecia. Who would do such a thing? Are you serious? How ignorant can you be? What do you mean? Exactly, Steiner. Stop it, Steiner. I know who did it. Princess? We're almost in Alexandria. I must go to the castle and see my mother. She'll listen to me. I think we're almost there. So you already heard about the attack on Burmecia? Of course. I'm not like Steiner. You've changed. Me? You mean the way I talk? Not just that. Well, a lot has happened. Oh, speaking of which... Yeah? I've been through tons of battles. I'm a seasoned pro now. No, Dagger, you're really not. What are you talking about? We need to find Supersoft and save Blank, right? You're gonna come along even if I refuse, right? Of course I am. It's so exciting. I've always wanted to see the marvelous architecture of Treno. I can hardly wait. On second thought, she hasn't changed that much. Take care. The road splits up ahead. Go right to reach Treno and left to reach Dali. So we could go back to the village of Dali, but there's really no reason to do that just yet. So instead, we go to the right. And cross this incredibly rickety bridge. You know, I feel like, seeing as this is one of the primary... This is like on the primary route between Lindblum and Treno. You know, maybe they should keep this a little fixed up. I feel like that would actually probably be a route a lot of people take. But no, you just walk along the rickety bridge with no side rail. You jump over a gap. Just do that quick leap of faith and hope you don't fall and die. That entirely makes sense. And we talk to these guys. Treno is only a short walk from this gate. Hey, we gotta lower the gate first. Well, I assumed you would ask me if I wanted to lower the gate when I talked to you, but apparently not. And we show them our gate pass, and they lower the gate. Be careful out there. And we're back on the world map. But there's some stuff we want to do yet before we actually enter Treno. Which means we first follow the cliff edge like this and fight some monsters. No, the enemies in this area aren't particularly dangerous, and I forgot to update Steiner's equipment. This is a back attack. These are the things that the alert ability prevents from happening. This is significant because a character will be facing away from the enemy until they get a turn, and being hit from behind by an enemy causes them to take more damage. Still not much of an issue for this particular group of enemies, but it can be a problem with stronger enemies. Also, you'll notice characters' positions in the formation are reversed. So the dagger is in the front row, and she is the only one in the front row, and Steiner and Marcus are in the back. That's another effect of being caught by surprise. However, if you use the change command on a character's turn, instead of acting, they will jump to the other row. So in this case, I had dagger jump into the back row to take less damage. There's no need to worry, your formation will be back to normal in the next battle. And Steiner levels up, and nobody else is going to level up for a little while yet. And we got some ore and some money. Continue following this cliff until we have another random encounter. And it's another friendly enemy. This time it's a ghost. The friendly enemies always seem to appear after you've had the chance to encounter the hostile version. I could really go for some more. Well, I happen to have some more. I just got one a second ago, actually. You also can use ore on your own characters to restore their HP, but it can only be done in battle, and it restores so little that it's not really worth it. Much appreciated. Please give my best regards to Ladybug. And we received 10 ability points, causing Dagger to learn Antibody and Chemist, and a High Potion. Let's see if I can change her equipment around. Nope, the glass armlet is still the best armor for her. And since she's already learning Shell from the Mithril Rod, I'm switching over to having her learn Jelly. But there's no accessory to switch her over to. I'm not going to pay much attention to Marcus's equipment because you can probably tell he's not a permanent party member. Anyway, we head over here and have yet another random encounter. This is a bit higher of an encounter rate than I anticipated. Not quite low enough health yet. And that's a dead Trick Sparrow. And now she's learned Shell. And now we go to the right. We want to avoid the forest as much as possible because there are enemies that can only appear in the forest that are quite dangerous. I'll probably demonstrate those in bonus footage. But if we've found this hidden area, Quan's Dwelling. Remember what Vivi said his grandpa was named? Yep. This is where Vivi used to live. It's actually not a bad place. Climb up here and find an ether. And accidentally walk back to the other area when we don't mean to. There's writing on the wall. Someone measured height here. Let's see. 6 months since I adopted Vivi. Still too small to eat? Well, that's, dark. The clock has stopped. It must have stopped recently. Oh, it stopped the week before I left Alexandria. That's interesting. There's something at the bottom of the ledge in the ocean. Looks like foam. And that's all we can find in these two areas, but that first area actually has some valuable loot. First, we grab the obvious chest over here. And get another ether. I suppose it kind of makes sense since Vivi used to live here, what with him being a mage and all. And if we climb down this rope, we see this hot spring, and it fully heals everyone. Lovely. And another ether. And over here, Scorpio, another Stellazo. Let's check what it says. Scorpio was very timid. He always looked at his shadow, until one day he decided to look away. He walked up a hill. And that's all we're going to find here, but the Stellazo was definitely worth coming here just for that, because, well, relatively soon we'll see that they actually have a use that can be extremely valuable. But that's all that we can do outside of Treno, so let's head Treno-ward. That was exhilarating. This is honestly really strange. I don't remember the random encounter rate being this high here, and it feels at least like it's a lot higher than it usually is in the world map. I wonder what's going on. And this is how we learn that we can also back attack enemies. And when we do so, that means everyone's ATB gauge starts off full, in addition to our extra attacks doing extra damage to the enemies. And Steiner has learned cover and HP plus 10% and level up. Level up causes a character to receive extra experience at the end of battle. I'm not planning on using it just yet because we still don't have the equipment to give Steiner the kind of stat bonuses that I want him to be getting. And we have the rubber helm to teach minus strike, which I'm actually going to end up using that later, but not just yet. In the meantime, let's move him up to the bronze helm. Steiner is a bit behind in the ability learning curve. And here we are. This is Treno. Enter with X. However, much like Burmecia, though for different reasons, Treno is kind of a long area, and this video has gotten kind of long already, so this is actually going to be the end for this part. Thank you all for watching. As usual, I love you all, and I will see you next time. this bit of bonus footage, I'm going to demonstrate why you do not want to go into the forest. Because if you do, you meet these guys. As you can see, they have Blizzard. It's not completely unmanageable damage, but it's quite a bit of damage. And see, it one-shotted the White Wings. That's a problem. It is possible to beat them with this party at this level. It's just not easy. See, we've got one of them. Chestnut is essentially minus Streak. So this one's going to do 0 damage because I haven't played that Mandalorian yet. And that one's also going to do 0 damage because I haven't damaged that Mandalorian. Your best chance to win this fight is to have both Steiner and Marcus attack the same Mandragora at the same time every time. Since the two of them together can defeat one of these Mandragoras, that will prevent Chestnut from doing any damage. Of course, that doesn't remove the issue that is Blizzard. Marcus is easy to go. And then have both of them attack at once. Get some good healing on everyone. And crap, that one's still up. Chestnut in this state will one-shot pretty much anything. Unfortunately, it decided to use Shriek. Shriek causes silence. And for some reason, they really like to use it on Marcus, despite the fact that he can't use magic. Well, I'm not complaining. And now they're using it on Steiner, who also can't. There you really don't know how to make the targets. Okay, and Steiner got a critical, but also, you see that, Steiner did 638 damage in one hit and didn't kill it. Now, obviously, as you can see, it is possible to beat them, but they give a lot of experience if you do, but they really are the strongest enemies in this area, and they can really easily wreck an unprepared player, which is why I recommend just avoiding the forest if you don't intend to fight them. And if you're going to enter the forest, obviously remember to save before doing so. Anyway, that's the end of this piece of bonus footage, but I do have another one, which you will see in a few seconds. Hello, everyone. Science Viking here, and I'm back at the fight with Black Waltz number 3 to demonstrate one last bit of bonus footage. What happens if, well, you may have noticed during the footage, during the previous fight, that the Black Waltz only attacked Steiner and Marcus. What happens if Steiner and Marcus are both knocked out? Well, let's see. Steiner's hanging on by a thread. But the Black Waltz should finish him off. And let's have Dagger attack Black Waltz number 3. And it attacks itself instead of attacking her. Because on the one hand, it's programmed to capture her without harming her, but on the other hand, unlike Black Waltz number 2, it does not have the means to restrain her. This is actually fairly significant from a game design perspective because you'll note the last time any of these characters had the opportunity to gain experience was in the village of Dali, back in Disc 1. Well, Disc 1 on PlayStation anyway. And there's no way, at this point in the game, for them to level up at all. So, they essentially designed this fight to be unlosable. Because they kind of had to. Because if you arrive at this fight and you're under-leveled, and it's a fight you can actually lose, you're just kind of screwed. And so it's an interesting kind of creative bit of design where it feels like a fight, but there's this little almost Easter egg that will happen if you would otherwise lose. he starts just kind of muttering to himself and breaking down because he can't complete his mission. Well, let's put the poor sap out of his misery. Not that our white mage is going to be able to do too much damage to him. 10 damage! Great job. You're really a pro at fighting. Oops, I didn't mean to pause. He has a surprisingly large number of hit points. Well, let's revive some people to finish this guy off a little faster. And since he can slap Snyder down before Snyder actually gets a turn, that's probably not a good idea. Anyway, now that we've seen that the Black Waltz number 3 will essentially just destroy himself while repeating, "Take back Princess mission," if you are reduced to having only Dagger in your party, I'd say this really is the end for this video. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you all, and I will see you next time. And Dagger is looking all proud of herself for watching the boss destroy itself. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.